In Kwale, President William Ruto avoided a direct mention of the controversy dogging his administration, but called on leaders to emulate independence struggle heroes who he said never advanced regional causes.
That's right. Now, the protocol gap, which was brought about by the current status of the occupancy of the office of the Deputy President, was apparent at the Kwale Stadium, where Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi played the role of inviting the President to speak, while the nominee for Deputy President Kithure Kindiki had earlier received the President when he landed in the coastal county in a military helicopter.
Citizen TV's Emmanuel was on the protocol watch in Kwale.
It was at first unclear as to who was to introduce the president to make his 61st Mashujaa Day speech in Kwale County. The official program having only two speakers, the governor of Kwale County, Fatuma Achani, and President William Ruto.
Pokea shukran nyingi kutoka kwa Wakwale.
The MC having to introduce the Prime CS Musalia Mudavadi to bridge the gap after slight confusion on passing on of the baton.
Hizi institutions zetu zote zimeonyesha kwamba demokrasia ni kitu cha muhimu na wamepata changamoto nyingi, lakini kupitia kwa sheria ya kitaifa na kulingana na katiba yetu tumedhibitisha kwamba hivi vitengo ama hizi taasisi zinafanya kazi.
In the end, having to play the role of the DP.
Tuinuke na tumkaribishe Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya kwa shangwe.
However, even with the absence of a substantive deputy president, there seemed to be one, or at least one waiting to be the one.
How are you?
DP nominee Professor Kithure Kindiki had first received President Ruto at the Kwale County Commissioner's office. His arrival at the Kwale Stadium marked with an aura of a man who was slightly above the other CSs and slightly below the head of state. His car, unlike the rest carrying high-profile individuals, including CSs and governors, allowed into the restricted VIP area under heavy security. The car did not have a flag, perhaps the hallmark and the epitome of the current political situation. Standing next to the First Lady, the position formerly occupied by the now impeached DP Rigathi Gachagua. And for the first time since his now impeached DP was removed from office, President Ruto aimed thinly veiled jabs at Gachagua for advancing regional politics, taking him down the memory lane on what real heroes did back then.
In confronting colonialism, Mekatilili Wamenza did not seek to free her village or region from occupation by a community. Instead, she resisted the structures and institutions of a system of exploitation and tyranny in the knowledge that defeating it would free a whole nation.
The head of state saying nobody would be denied their right for development because of their political choices or regions.
Any formula seeking to exclude, alienate, or disenfranchise any person, group of community for any reason is repugnant to the very essence of our nationhood.
Among the 5 grounds that led to his fall in parliament was Gachagua's shareholding narrative that rubbed many the wrong way. Mekatilili Wamenza, born in the Mutara Watsatsu Ganze village, Kilifi County in the 1840s, was the Kenyan independent activist who led the Giriama people against the colonial administration of Kenya. And after the event, the same script was followed. He left immediately after his boss. Once again, according to protocol, this is a preserve of the DP. And back at the county commissioner's office for the state luncheon, he walked side by side with Ruto, just like Gachagua did during his heydays.
From Nairobi to Kwale, the struggle continues as the country continues to operate without a substantive deputy president, days after one was ousted and another one nominated to take his place, and putting the country in a state of disarray. Emmanuel, Citizen TV, Kwale Stadium, Mashujaa constituency in Kwale County.